Hey there. Um, I'm shiny. I'm trying out a new, I'm trying out a new setup, which doesn't look a lot different probably to you if you've taken a class from me. I ditched the chair in the corner, so I don't have my cozy corner anymore. It's over there now, and I might make a cozy knitting corner. And yeah, I don't know about the background. It'll be fine, she says. Yeah, I can make it work. I mean, so the empty shelves are where are a set of two. See, that's what the other one looked like a little while ago before I moved it. So those are unfinished projects and part of some of them. Some more are right here on a short little umbrella stand. Here, I'll give you the tour. Right there, short little umbrella stand, not umbrella stand, like a coat rack. What the heck's that called? Not an umbrella stand. I mean, you could hang an umbrella. Hi, Diane. Once again, I didn't tell anybody I was going to be here, so it's nice to see you. Um, yeah, so I'll fix the stuff in the background. I need better lighting. This is what it looks like. And I mean, you can see me. I'm nice and shiny. And just trying to make it more comfortable to teach and to sit. So I have a chair with a back instead of a stool at my tall desk, which means you can see the stuff in the background better. I tried it without the tall desk and you couldn't, everything was shorter. Like you could see the floor. It wasn't very attractive. So yeah, so I'm going to try. I'm also like getting rid of anything I don't need, not counting all the, hi Marilyn, not counting all the unfinished objects. So yeah, Marilyn, I don't know if you're here, but oops, I'm moving things around. And so that means I'm going to go through my unfinished things before I put them back up there. And they can be part of the backdrop. I didn't mean to be at this angle, but it seems to work out well. So um, yeah, so just trying out how to be a little more comfy when I'm teaching, and I'll be moving things around. I think that picture's too small if I aim this way. Usually I aim like that. So I can move that picture over. See, I can I can make those shelves nice and neat, and then you don't see the, whoops, those shelves, which are what these shelves used to look like. Anyway, working on all that, but that looks okay. I don't know about the lighting. So once again, no game plan, but what I thought I could do is I have my, so last we were together, we talked about my Bamboo Pop Boxy Drop Shoulder Sweater. And I took official, I'm firing up my laptop. Oh, look, it says I'm live now. Oops. Oh, I didn't put earrings in. I was going to put earrings in a few and I forgot. Sorry. I did an official gauge measurement. I had done an unofficial one while we were talking. And after washing and laying flat to dry, because I forgot to do it before I washed and laid flat to dry, my swatch measured 21 and a half inches, nope, 21 and a half stitches to 4 inches and 31 rows to 4 inches, which is, okay, so garter stitches usually, the gauge for garter stitch, it's usually twice as many rows as there are stitches. And every 2 rows makes a ridge. So every, oh, I just happen to have some garter stitch right here. So every, so see those purple stripes? Each purple stripe is 2 rows, which makes 1 ridge. And then there's 2 rows of blue and 2 rows of purple. So every 2 rows makes 1 ridge. It's not rocket science. And normally garter stitch is 1 stitch is the same as 2 rows or 1 ridge. So if I'm getting 21 and a half stitches to 4 inches, it stands to reason that I would get 43 rows or 21 and a half ridges in length to match that. But I'm getting 31 rows, which is quite a bit less. And that is probably because I knit it very loosely and it's longer than it would have been. And so the rows are fewer than they would have been. So that's what I decided. And then that's why the numbers don't add up like they would normally for garter stitch. And then I hung it up. That was laid flat. And then I said I was going to hang it up, and I did. Whoop. So it's been hanging in my closet ever since I talked to you last. And I got smart when, you know, skirt hangers are fickle or fussy or have an attitude. And when I just hung the swatch in there, it was like saggy in spots. So I got smart and put a little sad dishcloth there to hold it in place, to make it thicker. And then I'm going to see if I can do the thing I did last week. So now I'm releasing it from the skirt hanger. And then what I did last week was I let you watch me measure it. So I'll try to do the same thing. So it's on my wooden work table. Ooh, my fan's loud again. Let me shut down the other Facebook and see if that helps. You go away. Or my fan's loud again. Okay. So that means the sound's probably wacky. And then here is measuring things. And I want it to measure exactly what it is after it's been hanging. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Isn't this fascinating? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 and a half. Let's write that down. Do I have any paper? Yes. What did I just say? 22 and a half? 22 and a half. And up here, counting between the 0 and the 4, and I'm counting the bottom bumps of a purl ridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Let's do one down here. You can see the darker gray as well, but we'll try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Interesting. Let's do a couple more. There's ends under there. Where else did I do to watch the video? Did I do that one yet? I don't want to do black. We'll do this gray one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I'm going to go with 22. I got 21 and 22 and 22 and a half. I'm going to go with 22. Kind of varies, but you know, it's in the middle-ish. Okay, if I did a real middle-ish, it would be... I have to figure out where I keep my calculator. All right. I'm not used to this one. Where's the on button? Ah, there. Little tiny on button. Okay, 22 plus 22.5 plus 21 equals, divided by 3 equals 21.83, which would be 21 3/4. So let's say 21 3/4, because that's what it should be if I use the math, which I'm using the math. And then, I'm sorry it's so loud, the fan's on. This way, I'm going to count ridges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 ridges, which is 30 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm going to go with, it's not quite 32, it's not quite 16, it's going to go with 31 rows. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and a half. That'd be 31. So I think the other one was probably like 31 and a something. Okay. Well, so is that the clear button? No, that's the clear button. 30 plus 31 plus 31 and like a quarter divided by 3 is 30.75. So I'm going to use 21 3/4 and 30 3/4. And how does that compare to what I did when it laid flat? When I laid it flat, I already forget. Let's look at the iPad. So that would be hanging. So we're going to make some guesses. Oops, I'm on my iPad. Now I'm on my iPad. So I had said 21 and a half stitches to 4 inches, and now I'm at 21 3/4, which is a tiny, tiny, tiny bit narrower. Oh, hi, you can come over here. And yeah, so after hanging, let's write this on the iPad on the same page, 21.75 stitches to 4 inches. That's not much different. And then I had 31 and I got 30 3/4. You guys, I don't think hanging changed it. Although what I didn't do, 7.5 rows to 4 inches. What I didn't do was measure it hanging. So, you know, I laid it flat again. So I don't know how to do that. Yeah, you can watch me try to put this on again. It was pretty funny. I tried to line it up with the green. And of course, the top of the hanger fell off. I don't know where it is. There it is. So, it's pretty good. Top of the hanger on. I love these hangers. Some of them don't fall apart, and some do. Okay. So I'll need to hang that up and measure it while it's hanging and see if it's any different. Interesting, though, that it went almost exactly back to where it was. Let's try to do it right here because you'd be able to watch. Okay, dumping a bunch of unfinished projects. Make room for this to hang straight. Yep, hanging straight, so we'll dump a bunch more. Well, I'm not going to get out of this room until I clean up this pile. Okay. With this, I can move over here and go like this. There it is, it's hanging. I don't know. This time I think I'm going to try something different, which is, okay, I'm going to start from the black. Okay, this is not super. Okay, it actually goes from the top of the black to pretty much the bottom of the black. Need a taller knot umbrella sleeve. Okay, and then, all right, with my very careful scientific measuring there, which I could probably do better if it was at eye level. From top of black to bottom of black is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 would be 28 rows. See, that makes more sense. Okay. So after hanging from skirt hanger and then laying flat, taking this in, and then laying flat. And then, after, from skirt hanger and measuring on hanger. So right now I'm going to say it was 28 rows to 4 inches. And I will do that again when I can do it better. Okay. Interesting. See, that makes sense because as it gets longer, the rows should get bigger. And so there should be fewer of them. And that's what I did indeed see. So I'm going to hang that there again. Cool. Okay. Math. It works. I don't know what it's telling me. It means it's going to hang longer. So that's interesting. And then I guess I don't have to clean up. And then I was trying to find my picture. I'm on my iPad down here so I can show you something. Maybe. I wonder if I can share a screen on Facebook Live. It doesn't matter. Photos. Oh yeah. Remember when I had that folder that I needed? Okay. So duh. Look, this is what I was trying out as the stripes with black on the top by the shoulder, and then the green, the darker gray, and the silvery gray with black in between. And I couldn't decide if I wanted it all up toward the top or all the way through. And then I was playing in Illustrator again today because, and I came up with that, which takes out the silver ones and moves everything a little bit closer together. And I kind of like that one too. So I'm obviously not ready to start because I have no idea. Yeah, no, I'm not ready to start. Also, now that I've done this has been washed and laid flat to dry, and now it's been hanging. And I am not seeing perfectly straight lines of knitting, which if Irene ever sees this, she's going to say, I told you so. I'm thinking of using a smaller needle after all, because this is not straight across, and some of the stitches look wonky, right? So I think maybe it shouldn't be that loose after saying that it could be that loose. In person, it doesn't look quite that wonky. But when I'm looking at it on the camera there, it looks pretty wonky. So I think I'm not done swatching for that yet. That's what I think. I think I'll swatch on, oh my God, I used a 5? Okay, well, I remember the yarn called for a 4. And so maybe I'll use a 3. That's 2 sizes down. And that would be my normal. What would be my normal? It would be closer to what I would normally use. Okay, so we'll leave that one alone, and at my leisure, I will swatch again. I'm not going to do it right now. What I'm doing right now, well, not right this second, but I could be, is I remembered that I was working on a temperature blanket. Nope, that's good. Oops, somebody's in trouble. That I started in July. Nope, I didn't start it in July. I think August. I think I started it in August. The Zoom along that I host at the yarn shop had temperature blankets as one of the themes and I'm going to go with August. I don't think it would have been in July. Maybe it was in July. Anywho, it's been about a year, almost a year, and I'm supposed to have my temperature blanket done, and I don't. So the first, mine's going to be 3 panels. And the first panel's done, but it's in the other room, so you can't see it right now. And it started in August. Oh, and I'm in mid-row. That's nice. It started in August, so it was warmer months. And I'm using rainbow colors. So every 10 degrees is a different color. So red, orange, yellow. Oh, I can show them to you. I don't have the piece with all the colors, but I have the bag with all the yarn. So I've got where do I have my, over here. I used to have them arranged really nicely, but now I don't. So chili pepper. This is Tonic. No, it's not. It's Tempo from JoJo Land. There you go. And it's mostly acrylic because I have a dog and a cat, and I don't want them to, if they're going to trash it, I don't want to have put, I would have preferred Malabrigo Rios, but I know my animals. It's machine washable, 80% acrylic and 20% wool. So, sturdy. And so I have this one, it's called Chili Pepper. That's my red. And I have a darker orange and a lighter orange, and then a yellow. Now I had another yellow, but I hated it. I had the first strip, which was a third of a year, almost completely done, if not completely done. And I was like, I don't like that yellow. It was lighter, and it bugged me. So I redid the first strip, and I didn't really like reknit it. I mostly I reknit a lot of it, but where there wasn't a lot of yellow, then I cut and pasted it back together. Not technically, but with Kitchener stitch. Cut it apart and put it back together. So red, orange, orange, yellow. Did we do that color orange? Yes. And then we go from the yellow to the chartreuse to a green green. I don't know what his label is. To a blue blue. Okay, I'm running out of hands. So put yellow down, put chartreuse down. So green to blue to turquoise to purple. And then I have a lavender in here. So that's pretty, right? And then between each month, so the way a temperature blanket works, in case you don't know, is that you choose a month or a year-ish, or a time range, and you mark it in knitting or crocheting or whatever, quilting, with the colors that represent the temperatures. And I'm choosing, some people do all high temperatures for a year, some people do all low temperatures for a year, and I'm doing highs and lows because I'm an overachiever. And so I do a garter ridge for the high and a garter ridge for the low for each day. And then between the months, I'm putting a silvery gray in. I'm all about the silvery gray. I don't know why. And so this first one, does that explain it? So I have like my red is probably 90 and up. Let's see. 90 and up, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10s. Red, orange, orange, yellow, green, green, blue, blue, purple, icy purple. So I have 10 colors plus the silver. Oh, so probably single digits and below is the icy one. I don't know. It's probably written down somewhere. So this is the second thing, the second strip of 3, and I am on, I can tell you because my chart is on my iPad. I just made it, the silver right there is the end of December 2020. And so I've made it to 2021, yay. I used to be caught up, I'm not caught up anymore. It's very turquoise and blue in these months. Turquoise is in the 30s, blue is in the 20s. Did I have it backwards then? Yeah. Blue is in the, oh, there. So red is, since I'm looking at my chart, there's red, in the 90s and above. So lavender must be single digits and below. Yeah. So this is where I am. I just last night finished 2020 with my silver, and I'm going on with 2021. So I'm on the second day. So the first day was a high of 31, so turquoise, and a low of 15, so purple. So we skipped the 20s, which would have been blue. And then the second day was high of 35, so I'm back to turquoise. Doesn't look like turquoise, but it is. Nope, still looks like blue. And then low of 29, which is in the 20s, so the next color will be blue, which is this color right here. So back on that, I've been, that's what I'm working on, and then I'm working on a for hire thing that needs to be out of my life, but it's going to take forever. So those are the things I'm working on right now. So the bamboo pop top is going to wait for a while, and I can keep playing with pretty pictures on the computer, and I can keep swatching. I think I'm going to go, I don't want to go down because I feel like I'm admitting defeat if I go down. But I think that I will like the fabric better. Everybody's correct, but that should be knit at a little bit more firm gauge. Whatever. I'll admit when I'm wrong. And then yep, so temperature blanket, I want to get that done. So the first day of the temperature blanket was in August. So in August, I would like to be done with the temperature blanket. We'll see if I can do that. I had a goal. I figured out how many thingies I had, garter ridges I had left to do, and divided it by the number of days till. Sorry, oh my god. Oh, that's new. Divided it by the number of days I had left till it should be done, and it was like 15 ridges a day. That's doable, right? And then I let it sit for like 3 days. So now I'm at probably, I don't know, 18 or 20 ridges a day. Plus working on the other thing that needs to have a lot done a day. At least 6 rows would be nice. Trying to make progress so that I can tackle all the things that are in these bags that you can't see because they're all on the floor around my feet right now. So that's what I'm working on. And, you know, moving around things in this room. What else was I going to tell you? Something came to me, but it went away. Yep. I've got my stitches class. My from start to finish class starts on Saturday. One of my locals here, Tony, is going to take it. I'm excited to have a local in my Zoom class with all my other people in my Zoom class. And gosh, I can't remember what I was going to tell you. It didn't have to do with the temperature blanket. Sometimes people pick a range of colors, like all cool colors, or all warm colors, or all shades of blue and purple, or all neutrals or something for their temperature blanket. And one of my knit-alongers, Zoom-alongers, is she did the temperatures from her dad or her grandfather, I forget, his birth year, I think, in the place where he was born, which was Tennessee. Oh, thank you. Well, Fran says my background looks very elegant. So the lights are always going to be there. They've always been there. Currently, Tippy is wearing black, so she looks very elegant. And then this is going to look more like this when I put my bags back in there. But maybe I'll make them look pretty. Your dad! Hi, Anna. Yeah, I kept forgetting if it was your dad or your grandfather. Hi. Yeah, so I'm behind on mine, but I want to get it done close to when the year is up. So working hard on that. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. Yay, Sarah. So while I've been working on it, I work on it at night before I go to bed, and I started watching, because I taught a Craftsy class, the online learning platform, I have access to all the Craftsy classes ever made and ever to be made, which is a really nice perk that I have not been taking advantage of. So last night I started watching a bunch of, I'm like, I can watch anything I want, and I can knit garter stitch, right? I just have to change colors. I have a spreadsheet, with all the colors and temperatures, and I check them off as I do them. And so I decided to watch sewing video or classes. And I decided to watch brand new knitter. That's how much of a new sewer I am, is that I call it knitting. Jamie was doing one for her grandparents. Okay, and I think that was based on the year they got married, if I'm not mistaken. A temperature blanket. Yep, Craftsy classes. So I thought, so I'm getting an old sewing machine refurbished. I have a working modern-ish sewing machine. I've been buying patterns from the fabric shop next door to the yarn shop, and I want to sew. And I have not leftover, we'll call them UFOs, even if they're quilts or mending things, or I bought stuff to make a tuffet, like a footstool, that I'm very excited about. Maybe I'll start with that, because if I screw it up, it's just a footstool. And so I looked at, and even though, like, I know how to use my sewing machine, but I don't know how to, for the garments, Jessie, who owns the shop, was talking about tracing the patterns in the size that you're going to use, and then you still have the patterns available for if you change sizes or make them again in a different size. I'm like, oh, I don't know what that means. And so I bought a roll of tracing paper from her, whatever kind of paper it is. And I'm like, okay, now I have tracing paper, and now I have patterns, and I don't know what that means. Like, what do I do now? So I thought maybe if I watch some how to start sewing videos classes, I'll learn something. So I started, there's a free one with a woman who, I'm sure she's a very nice person, but I just couldn't it was the free one, so there were ads in it for Craftsy every like 3 seconds, and then it wasn't as well done as some of them, and mine is painful to get through because I'm so nervous, but I just couldn't watch it, and it wasn't the one I was going to watch. Let's just put it that way. So I tried like another one, and then another one, and another one, and either they were right off the bat talking right over my head, even though it was a beginning sewing class. Like one was talking about marking your using a tracing wheel or a marking wheel and wax paper, and I'm like, I don't know what, I'm not there yet. So I stopped watching that one, and there was another one that I was like, she jumped ahead too, I don't know what that's about. And so the next one I watched, it's called, oh crap, what's it called? I texted Irene about it last night. It's called 20 Things to Know Before You Start to Sew. Maybe not exactly, because I don't remember that it rhymed. And it's with a woman named Janet Prey. And she started by saying she's from Michigan and she runs the American Sewing Expo. And I'm like, that's no vibe. A lot of my friends go to that American Sewing Expo. I don't know if they probably haven't had it recently. I don't know if it ended altogether or just hasn't been on recently, but I'm like, oh my gosh. So she's local-ish. And I texted Irene I don't think she noticed, but it was, it says it was 12:30 in the morning. I thought it was later than that, but to see if she knew anything about her, because she's been to the American Sewing Expo. And so this woman has a line of patterns, and at least when she filmed the class, she had a shop or a workshop or a studio. That's what it's called. Anyway, she started with like how to pick out what the stuff on the envelope of the pattern means, and which I know a lot of, but there was some good information there. And I'm a few lessons in, and she showed me how to trace a frickin' pattern. So I'm like, yay! And she's not jumping ahead. She's saying all the things in a row. She even said how to get the pattern back into the tissue paper pattern back into the envelope, which was hilarious. It wasn't meant to be hilarious, but I'm like, not that I'm ever going to put a tissue paper pattern back in an envelope, but now I can easily. And she talks about PDF patterns and how to print them off and put them together. Oh, her name was Janet Prey, P-R-A-Y. And yeah, Janet Prey. And the Craftsy class was 20 things to know, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait, I probably still have it open. I'll tell you what it's really called. 20 Things to Know Before You Sew. Nancy Ziemann's YouTube. Hi, Irene. Okay, yes, but see, I can watch all the paid videos for free too. But yeah, Nancy Ziemann, she might even have some in Craftsy here, but because I have this perk, I'm going to use it. And so that's what I'm choosing to do while I work on my knitting for hire, which I can do semi-brainlessly, and my temperature blanket, which I can do semi-brainlessly. I have to change colors on both of those projects at the right times. But yeah, so Nancy Ziemann, there's also, I don't want to get out of my video. There were some other names I recognized, and a lot I didn't, but, and some are project-based, and some are designing patterns or fit-based, and I'm not ready for those, but when I am, they'll be there. So, yeah, so we're on pattern layout next. Janet teaches you how to work with the all-important grain line. She talked about how to, you have to, some of the pieces you put on the folds, the pattern pieces you put on the fold and cut them out and then open up the fabric. And she said, well, sometimes you don't want to do that. So here's how to make a pattern piece that you can have the whole thing laid out flat, like if you're trying to match stripes or something. And I'm like, well, that makes sense. So she's just good. I like her. So I like that one. Janet Prey, P-R-A-Y. So that's all I have. I didn't really have anything to say. I wasn't even going to come on today, and I got done with an editing project, and I looked at my watch, and it was 4:45, and I thought, what the hell? So I yanked my swatch out of the closet, and I thought, we'll just measure the swatch, which I'm going to have to do again at eye level. And then, I don't know, extrapolate something in the middle. No, I'm going to write it down, and then I'm going to swatch again. Irene, did you hear the part where I'm going to do it on a smaller needle? Yeah. So, okay. That's it. Yep, so I'm knitting temperature, I'm knitting garter stitch. That's what I'm doing. I'm knitting garter stitch. That's all I can do right now. And rearranging everything. And yeah, happy as a clam. So that's me. Happy 5th of July. And I will see you guys probably next week. Okay, bye.